Good morning. Welcome to Apprentice of Silence. My name is Katherine. Today we're doing a daily morning reading for you. But first, I'm starting all these readings with setting an intention and tuning in to an interdimensional space that allows me to bring forward messages. It's like a safety container bubble type of a thing. And you're welcome to tune in as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Before I go to bed, I listen to, like Spotify has this function where it's like I don't know what's called in English, like a sleep-in timer for how long the music will play until, it stops. And I normally put some Hillsong United, or artists that performed as a part of the Hillsong movement in America and across the world. Doesn't really matter. It's like Jesus oriented Christian music in essence, but the vibe is so, oh my god, it's so amazing. Like, I love it. I don't know what it is, but it's like everything just shifts for me, and I feel so connected to source, so connected to God. And it's the most amazing feeling, and it just really helps me have a brighter outlook on life. And it like calms me down super well. They wanted me to touch upon that. Calming energies, and coffee. Enjoy life. Not, wait, hold on. Not in the condescending way, like, oh, you need to enjoy life. No. Enjoy life as in follow what you enjoy. Make what you enjoy the most important thing in your life and live it. So if you have found that you enjoy a specific type of tea, a specific type of coffee, a specific brand, a specific blend, a specific whatever it is, if you have found that in this current moment in your existence you crave mangoes, it goes crazy, you want them a specific way, and you tune into them, you start asking questions, like when you're buying mangoes, which one talks to me? Which one am I a benefit to? Which one is a benefit to me? How do we belong? Which one would actually feel good being with me? Which one would I feel good about eating? It's a whole process. Do it just as serious crystal people do with crystals. And if you don't take your crystals seriously, do. And take your mangoes seriously too. It goes as much as what specific coffee bag. And it doesn't matter if you can't conceptualize logically of why it's important, because you've been trained to go dumb for so long. But like then it starts clicking because your day feels fulfilled. You have filled it. you don't have to understand everything, but it's something you enjoy doing. So it brings a life that you enjoy, and hey, look at that. I'm living a life I enjoy. Do it, and the world has to change around that and evolve around that, because you're changing your world. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's definitely possible. Spirit, any messages for today? Identity crisis. This is the message for today. You are guided to look at the identity crisis going on right now. Specifically, you, the embodiment of divine feminine energy. It's about how the society and your life circumstances growing up have been set up in the way where you've been completely BS'd and lied to. You were brought up in a way that promised you a life that you never received. It was talks about, if you do this, if you act like this, if you're pretty, if you're well educated, if you're nice, if you know how to cook, if you know how to clean, if you're kind, if you're caring, you'll have a beautiful life. Now, what if you are all those things? And so many of us are all those things simply because we are. Not that it really matters, but so many are, and they didn't get the life that they were promised. So, an identity crisis and guidance towards having a conscious awareness of this. Look, it doesn't matter if you know how to cook or not. Just an example. But there was this thing in society where if you knew, you would get loved. And what if you knew and you didn't get loved? What if that didn't change anything? But everywhere you look around you, it's like the belief, no, if you do, you will. Look, everyone else has it. What does that make you say to yourself? There are many, many reasons for why it didn't work. The biggest reason is because it was complete bullshit. No one ever wanted it to work that way. No one had created a society where that actually worked. That's not the reality of the society we live in. Perhaps even in the 50s it didn't really work that way. But that doesn't matter because you're not born in the 50s. And when you were born and raised, they put an image in your mind of what the society looks like when it doesn't. And it didn't when they brought you up either. Meaning it was a lie even back then, but they continuously chose to tell a lie. continuously chose to, hey, maybe we can bullshit her into believing this and then she'll create it and life will be amazing. So maybe the intent wasn't evil per se. Maybe they thought that this is what really would make you happy. So they made you believe it too. This is what will make you happy. But the problem still stands. It was a lie. They didn't teach you anything about society. They brainwashed you into something that even the society wasn't brainwashing itself into anymore. So lies, tricks, and you end up not having what was promised. Now say you fulfill the majority of these criteria that they set for you in order to have the life that you want, and then you grow up and you still don't have it. What then? What do you make that mean of yourself? Or do you have to suppress, deny, disown the whole aspect of you that is very deeply hurt about that they lied about all of this and this is not how it looks and you wish it did? Because that is what you've been promised. That's the identity crisis. And the identity crisis is really important. And it's not a matter of the reason for why this is important is because when you retrieve your truth about a past event, you stop bullshitting yourself and all your focus and all your energy goes into the now. It goes into reality right here, right now. Knowing all of who you are, what do I choose to do then? You can ignore the fact that you're angry about people setting you up, about society setting you up, and then not getting what it was meant to give you. So you're powerless to it. You can see that belief and you can see that past reality of yours. And only then do you have access of power to actually look at, okay, how much of this, like, do I like cooking, cleaning? How much of this do I like? How much of it don't I like? What am I doing just because they taught me that this is what will get me love? And how much of this am I doing just because I enjoy doing it? But if you never acknowledge the fact that you are brainwashed and lied to, you won't get to the point when you actually get to look at it and decide. I hope the message is getting across. This is the identity crisis. And only by seeing how screwed up and unfair, in a sense, the world is, can you actually untie yourself. And you will untie yourself by choosing different thoughts and choosing different manifestations that you'd like to bring in. But then you won't have this tug of war between two aspects of you that haven't got the opportunity to communicate their needs to each other. It's not per se that they're against each other, because nearly nothing ever is, really. But it's the lack of communication and understanding. But communication, understanding, and caring is like, it's who you are. So this is not a problem. And once they're talking to each other, you can really start to sift through the, okay, I think I start seeing the picture now of what I really want. And you get to be angry, of course. And you get to go all through the process the way you need to go through it. But then you're standing there in a more empowered state because you get to choose what you actually want to bring about. And don't tell yourself, oh, that can't happen. Ask your mind, how can this happen? Unicorns and rainbows. Ask your mind, how can this happen? Well, you can always paint a horse. Will it fly, though, with wings? Make it happen by asking the mind, how can I make this happen? That question doesn't leave no room for anything else. It wasn't is this going to happen? No. I don't care. How will this happen? How can I make this happen? Mind, give me scenarios. Because everything is possible, and this is what that means. Everything is possible because of this. Because you get to ask your mind, give me ways. And you get to take actions upon those ways and paint those horses. You know? Okay. Spirit. The Angel of Time. Eternally vigilant and forever burning, Remph is the movement through space measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth marks its passing. For we are all bound to time, one by one, with tick and tock. And every life is counted, even as those lives pass. We are all sand and seconds and moments, all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we wake. Remph stands by all of this, counting. What better unit of measure than the souls that pass through the tree of life into Angelarium? Remph walks between the pillars of past and present, turning every corner in every second. Remph's movements can be seen in our own as a fulcrum between movements. Signs: a clock, a torch, a wave. That's it for today. How exciting. I love you. Take care. I'm gonna finish up my coffee now. Have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.